Scralfy, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining the stream, as always. Okay, we're good there, good there. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we are going to have a 0 TikTok forced end streams this time because I have my monitor, my big TV monitor up on the wall. I'm actually using it today and I have TikTok Live Studio up there. So it should not end my stream today. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I wonder if they'll end the stream because it's not the active monitor. Oh, we'll see. Guess we've got that up there. Let's go live there. Is that right? Pixar Games, yep. I wish I could have Pixel Fire over on TikTok, but all they I can only have Pixel Fire Games, unfortunately. Okay. Okie dokie, artichoke, we are live everywhere. Look at that gorgeous view count. Brother comes home from university tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome, dude! Congrats. That'll be a fun time. That's super cool. Okay, so as all the streams are starting up and viewers are starting to join, let's see. We're gonna be doing the game dev today. Before we start, let's go ahead and pray, and we will get started. Lord Jesus, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for this another opportunity to stream and just to do game dev, to do work that I love. I thank you so much for that, Lord. You are good and you are amazing, and I thank you so much for your goodness. I thank you for your love. I thank you for your grace. And Lord, I just pray your blessing over the stream. I pray that we wouldn't have any technical difficulties. Pray that it would go well, that I would get a lot of really good work done, and just excellent work, Lord, that pleases you. And God, I pray your blessing over everyone that joins the stream today. I pray that they would have a great day. And I pray that if any don't know you, that they would come to know you, Lord. And we just thank you for your goodness. Love you. It's your name we pray. Amen. Okay, let's get started. We've got 3 viewers on purple. We've got 1 on red. And we have got 0 on TT. Are we connected over on TT? Let's see. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. Someone chat on TT. Actually, I'm gonna chat. Someone chat on TT. Hi. 0. Do I have the right username, Pixar Games? Okay, interesting. I think TikTok is still not connecting. Okay, it's about to connect. It just takes a while. G-Ski, what's up? Can I get a copy though? Send me a DM. Alfie, how's it going? TikTok takes a long time to connect. And okay, so and Twitch and YouTube, they work in Stream Focus. They work. There we go. We're connected. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, now your messages will come through. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, real quick, before I start, Alfie, I figured that was you. Okay. So I'm actually using, for those, I know I'm doing a game dev stream today, but I just want to touch on this. So I'm currently using the latest version of Stream Focus that I've not published yet. So I'm using 070 alpha, and this has a major YouTube overhaul in it. So I'm gonna show that real quick. So actually, I don't have any shorts. I don't have a vertical stream going on right now for Red platform, so you're not gonna see it, but you can see this. So if I open up the YouTube settings, look at this. So I've completely overhauled and revamped the YouTube section. Wait, what? Why does it say no live streams on channel? We'll keep checking. What? Check channel again. Well, that's awkward. It is connected to this stream, but the status is just saying no live streams on channel. We'll keep checking. Shoot. Awkward. I did low key want to be your friend. I want to learn to code for real. Dude, you should. You should learn to code. I wonder if the YouTube chat is at least working. Let's check it. Test. It is not. There we go. Okay. Now test. There we go. Okay, we're working. Okay. Well, I gotta look into that. I don't know what's going on there. But awesome. Okay, cool. Everything's working. Any experience coding apps? Yeah, there's an app right here, Stream Focus. I made this. And you can get it today. It's on my website, pixfiregames.com. But today the focus is not on Stream Focus. The focus is on the superhero game for my client. Okay, so let's get started on this today. Do you have Discord or anything? Yes. Join the Discord, and I'm very active there. You don't even need to tag me in messages. You can just write stuff, and I will see it, and I'll respond. I'm super active on the Discord. Taking clients? Yes, I am, 100%. Okay, so today the focus is on the laser cannon for the superhero in the superhero game that I'm working on for my client. Okay, so let me show you guys the latest version of the game, as far as drip is concerned, at least. Why am I like off center? Am I off center? A little bit. Okay. Make this a little bigger. On TT. There we go. Okay. Oh, I need to set Stream Focus to be always on top. Because it keeps disappearing. Okay, that's good. Now when I click over on OBS, it'll stay on top. Beautiful. Love it. Guys, I say this humbly, Stream Focus is amazing. I know I'm the one that developed it, but it's really, really, really cool. It's super helpful for multi-streaming. If I didn't develop it, I would still be using it. Hey, thank you for the heart me. G-Sky. How do you say your name? G-Ski? G-Ski? G-Sky? G-S-K-I? I got two friends that I talk to that code, and we all want to make a group project someday. Dude, do it. Dude, do it. Okay. Actually, I could just leave this over here since it's always on top, so I can see it more easily. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. I like that. And you guys can see yourself, at least if you're over on red or purple. You can't see it on TikTok, because TikTok is vertical. But that's okay. I'm gonna leave that there, that's nice. Oh wait, purple might get mad. Purple might get mad. I could turn off icons, let me do that. Platform icons, boop. Only problem is that that setting does not turn off the icons up on the viewer count dashboard, but hopefully purple won't be mad about that. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Okay, how long have you been making games? Oh, a few years. 5-ish, 6-ish years. Actually, you can enable a button to allow people to go basically full screen on TikTok. Where is that? Screen layout. Vertical. Screen orientation can't be changed when you're live or recording. So I'd have to change that later. Okay. Dude, nice, G-Ski, cool. Okay, let's see. Let's work on this game. Okay, so here's the game. So we're specifically working on the laser cannon. So this is what I showed to my client, the laser cannon, how it operates. What you do is you can hold down the cannon button and it will pull up his wrist and it will start shooting the cannon laser for an infinite amount of time, okay? And then you let go and he stops and it pulls down. Great, beautiful. But the client, and I agree with him, I like this addition. He would like instead for every time you tap the cannon button, it'll shoot like a burst laser, like choo, 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 every time you tap it. And then when you hold down the cannon button, it will do a charge up shot, like, and then shoot a big burst laser, a big like ball laser type thing. So we're going to adjust to that functionality today. I'm super excited about that. I'm actually excited about this change because some of the mocap that I recorded for this game was that charge up blast. So I'm gonna show you guys that, and then we're gonna get that in here in the game. OMG, I know this character, Mez, creator at a con. Yes, Curious Creations. Every single time someone on stream says that, I always call my client. I always call Jason afterwards, and I'm like, hey, someone on stream recognized Drip from Tooland, and he gets so excited. So yeah, this is Drip, the tiger superhero from the Tooland comic book series. My client Jason, he grinds like crazy. He travels around to Comic-Cons all the time, like every weekend pretty much, selling his comic books and showing off his brand. It's super cool. So yeah, I'll tell him that you recognize the character. That's super cool. He is a really cool guy. He's awesome. Super kind, super friendly. Very gracious dude. Okay. Let's do this. Beautiful. We're having some viewers, at least on all platforms. Love it. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Okay, so first, the one problem with this new laser system is if you were to if we just currently just tap the cannon button. Also, that cannon is spelled wrong. It's supposed to have 2 ends. So if we just tap, boop, 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 nothing happens. You have to hold it down and then he lifts his hand. So, and also, if his hand is down and you tap the cannon button, it would go, and I think that would look terrible. So what I want to do, I want to integrate the same system that we have for the staff and the shield, in that you tap the button once to kind of like pull the weapon out first, and then every time you tap after that, it will attack with the weapon. Let me show you what I mean. So staff, if you hit it the first time, boop, it just slings it out. And then every tap after that is a hit. Same with the shield. You tap the shield, boop, it brings it out. Then every tap after that, it will either throw it or you can hold it down to do that. So I'm gonna do the exact same system that we have with the shield and the staff, but on the cannon. So what's gonna happen is when you tap the cannon, the cannon is gonna like appear on his arm, kind of like a Iron Man dissolve type thing. And then it'll appear and he'll hold his arm out. So that's the first tap. And then every tap after that is like, and then a hold down cannon button will be a charge up. So that's what we're gonna do. So the first things first is we've got to work out the tap to sling out mechanism. So let's do that. Drip character controller. Boop, open that up. You have 400 likes, we need more. Ask everyone to support for a second. Maybe repost the live. Yes, guys, please share the live and like if you haven't already. Please and thank you. That helps a lot. Okie dokie. Guys, by the way, I am streaming on 3 platforms right now, on Red, Purple, and TikTok. Follow everywhere if you haven't already. I see that I reposted on your follower. No, not yet. I have not added likes or shares on Stream Focus yet, but I will definitely do that soon. There's so much stuff that I want to add. Purely, what's up? Thanks for joining. Okay. Okay, let's think about this. I gotta think about this. It's so much harder to code and to do game dev while I'm streaming because I've got to like multitask. So if I spend like a minute or so not looking at chat, it's because I'm just thinking and trying to concentrate on how to get this done in the game. Okay. So tap to go, tap just to pull up. So first we're gonna look in here. Let's see, any state. We're going to shield, cannon, hold out. I need to actually move this over here. Oh, I don't like that over there. Because I need to see the inspector. Actually just gonna move chat over to the other monitor. No, I like seeing it on stream. It's tough. Okay, I'll just move this over here. Boop. Still can't see it. Let's do this like that, so then I can actually have some space. There we go. Now we're talking. Beauty. Okay. Now let's move this. Actually, that's fine. Okay, awesome, G-Ski. G-Sky. G-Ski. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so when you tap the cannon, it needs to move into holdout mode. So let's see, cannon. We need to change cannon hold to a tap. So events, player. No, wait, where's the cannon button? Canvas, cannon. Okay. So currently on hold start does the cannon hold, and on hold end does cannon release, but we want to get rid of that and move this to the tap. So drag that onto there. Character controller, cannon hold. But it needs to not be cannon hold. Remove that. It needs to be, to look at the code real quick. Character controller. What is that? I've never seen that before. Disable? You can disable lines in Visual Studio? I did not know that. Huh. I mean, I know you can comment them out, but I didn't know that you could press this and it would disable it. How does that work exactly? Okay. Cannon hold. Okay, so I need to go. We have shield hold and shield release. Dude, Jisky, thank you so much for doing that. That means a lot. Okay, I need to mimic the behavior that we have over in shield. Let's see. Close staff, open shield only if closed. If shield is already open. Okay. I'm gonna copy shield actually. And bring it down to here. And I'm gonna call this cannon. Boop. And back in Unity, I'm gonna double check the shield button because I want to mimic the same behavior. Any day now. Dude, G-Ski, you're awesome. Appreciate it. Shield. Yeah, because we have a hold, shield, shield release. Yep, that's why I should have kept those. And then shield is for the tap. Yeah, so cannon now is going to be not cannon hold, but cannon. And then hold start will be there. Hold end. That. Cannon hold and cannon release. Okay, we're getting there. Let's double check. Shield, yep. Okay, same functionality as a shield. Beautiful. Love it. We're making some progress. Okay. So now... Guys, if you are on TT, be sure to share and like the live. If you're on YT, be sure. If you're on Red, be sure to smash that like button. Can't really do anything on purple. Oh, I'm almost out of water. How's everyone doing today? So we've got cannon. Okay. If throwing shield return. Okay, we don't need that. Let's see. Oh yeah, we do. If throwing shield return. Transition. Let's see. Transition idle attack stance to shield stance to cannon stance. Doo-doo-doo-doo. That should be the same. Close staff if already open. Yes, when we tap the cannon. Yep. Open the shield. No, we also need to close the shield. Close shield if already open. Oh no, wait, hold on. No, that's actually wrong. So because the cannon is on the other hand, you can use your cannon while you have your shield and your staff out. So I don't need to do that. For throwing shield, yes, we cannot use cannon. but we don't need to close the staff. Okay, so I can actually just delete that, and we don't need to close the shield. If shield is already open, no, we don't need to do anything of that. Cannon should only work at grounded, so I'm gonna use this and paste. If we're grounded and we're not attacking, then we can hold. No. I just need to open the cannon. Where's the staff? Let's see. I need to open it if it's on before grounded. Yes, because even if you're in the air, you should be able to open up the cannon. So, boop. Open cannon only if closed. If cannon, I'll update that in a second because we don't have it. Wait. If staff, that's a weapon, yep. Cannon is a weapon, so I'm gonna say if cannon. Giving my OC Iron Fist powers basically means punches really hard. Nice. If cannon on, which we don't have yet, but we'll add it. Interrupt attack. Turned. Actually don't need that. Because we don't have a combo system. Hey, welcome to everyone over on TikTok. Appreciate you being here. Be sure to follow and leave a like. Do I have that for the shield as well? I don't think I do. Because the turn staff on this hit, that was just for, and actually changed the functionality. I don't even think I need that for staff combos anymore. Let's see, let's do that. Let's go see what the shield is. Open shield only if closed. If shield is already opened, throw shield. Yeah, I need to take all this functionality and use that instead for the cannon. So, wait. Open cannon only if closed. If cannon on. You notice that trigger, open cannon, true. If cannon is already open and we're grounded and we're not attacking, we don't need to throw shield, but we need to, this is for tapping cannon, so we just need to shoot laser burst. Attacking is true. Might need to do something here with like the cannon. Shooting cannon equals true just for safety. Animator set trigger, shield throw. This would be, yeah, this is the animation for a burst. We might not actually have an animation for the burst. It might just shoot out. I'm not sure. Shield throw, cannon, burst for now. And then face enemy, yes. Okay, we're making progress. D-Shell, what's up? How's it going? Thanks for joining the stream. I am working on code for a superhero game that I'm developing for a client of mine. Whoa. Yeah, that's frustrating. Okay, we need to give Cannon the weapon script. So I'm gonna go in here. Grab. It already has the weapon script. Okay, great. Let's open that up. Here we'll add a new bull, public bull cannon on. Let's see. laser. Staff and shield. You make a new method. Everyone see this? No, not really. There we go. Okay. Need to copy this. This is going to be cannon, bool, turn. Cannon on. Stop any previous cannon animations before starting a new one. If cannon animation is like null, stop coroutine. Shield animation. Cannon animation. If turn cannon on. Render is true. I'll probably have to rework some of this. I'm just copying for now. Cannon animation. Start coroutine. Cannon animation, turn, cannon on. Okay, I need a coroutine for that. Boop, cannon animation. And then down here we need to copy that. Paste it. It's going to be called cannon animation. Cannon on. Cannon on. Percent bool. Play. Open. Don't need all this. Sorry guys, right now this is just really boring work. Meter play, cannon, close, then disable the cannon. Probably gonna have to rework some of this logic because it works for the shield, but it might not work for the cannon. If cannon on. Okay. Let's just make sure we don't have any errors right now. Shooting cannon. We don't have that bool. So let's add it. Okay, that gets rid of all of our errors. Now let's actually see what happens when we launch the game. Oh my gosh, stop it. I'm 100% convinced this is not going to work as expected, but we gotta see where the errors are and then iterate. Null reference. Object reference not set to instance. Can't. Open cannon does not exist. Cannon open does not exist. Oh yeah, we gotta set all the triggers. That's right. Okay, parameters. For drip. Let's put them all in here. Ross Morrow, what's up? Okay. Let's see. Down here, staff hit, staff open. So we need, we have cannon hold, cannon release. Now we need a cannon open bool. bool. Cannon open. Drag that above there. So we want to mimic the shield functionality. So that open shield is a trigger. So we need to open cannon as a trigger. Okay. Shield open, cannon open, open shield, open cannon. Okay, believe we have everything. Hold and release, yes we do. Okay, cool. Now let's see what we got. Oh my goodness. I keep accidentally hitting things up in TikTok Live Studio because I go to the top of Unity and my mouse goes up to my monitor on the screen. Okay, I'm still missing this. Okay, let's see if it works. Nope. Object driver is not set to an instance of an object. What are you missing? Animator play cannon. Oh, I don't have an animator. That's why. I'm actually gonna turn that off because I currently don't have a dissolve animation for the cannon. So I'm just gonna turn that off for now. So right here, we don't need to play an animation yet for the cannon. We just need to turn it on. Cannon on is true, cannon open is true. Turn cannon off. Boop, trip set bool, cannon open. Yeah, don't need this yet. Wait a bit, disable the cannon. So am I just disabling? Am I actually getting all the renderers for the cannon? Yes, Justin. Hey, what's up? Yeah, this is a game for mobile, 100%. Thanks for joining the stream. Okay, so that should be good there for now. But where are we turning renderers true? When we first turn it on. Okay, so that should work. Cool. Let's see what we got now. Whew. Tap cannon. Still not working. Cannon burst does not exist. Animator set trigger cannon burst. If cannon is open, should laser burst. Okay, so we don't need to play an animation yet because we haven't put the animation in, so I'll just toggle that off for now. And play. We have 10 viewers, super sick. How's everyone doing today? I know this is not my typical fun stream where I've got the VTuber motion capture gear setup going on, but we're just doing some live game dev right now for a client of mine. And sometimes I just gotta get some work done. So I just had to close my door. My family just got back from the perk. Okay, cannon, please work. Still not working. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's go find the cannon button. Cannon button is right here. Boop. And that on tap triggers cannon. Okay, let's go to our cannon code, trigger controller. Cannon code. If throwing shield return, fine. If cannon is off, it's closed. Animator set trigger, open cannon. Cannon true. Oh wait, hold on. Weapon. Oh yeah, okay, okay, we need to do this. Get all renders of this weapon and disable them. Yes. So we need to also do weapon type cannon. Because originally we had the cannon on his arm all the time, but now because of our new functionality, we're gonna have it actually turn off when you're not using it. So if weapon type is staff or shield, we get all the renderers and turn them off on awake. We're gonna do that for the shield too, which is all the weapons, staff, shield, and cannon. So I don't even need this if statement. We're just gonna do it for everyone. Just gonna do that. If weapon type is shield, get the rigid body. We don't have a rigid body for the cannon. Only used for shield throw. Yep. Weapon type is cannon, filled particle, line enabled false. Yes, yes, correct. Okay, let's see what that does. That'll get us some of the way there. Does anyone in the chat do game dev? Let's get a head count. There we go, now I can see better. Okay. Cannon tap. Okay. At least we're turning it on. And we're frozen. Okay. Okay, so great. It's turning the cannon off when the game starts. It's getting all the renders for the cannon, turning them off. Great. And then we tap cannon and they all appear on. But it's not holding, it's not switching to the right animation. And that's gonna be in here. Because I don't have open cannon. So I need to duplicate this. Where did it duplicate to? Oh, up here. That there. Actually need this to be open. Cannon. Boop, and the motion needs to be cannon hold out. Actually, wait a second. Cannon hold out, cannon hold in. It's just using this animation. You can see that, right? Not everyone can see it. So that needs to be what we play when we tap. So I need to actually, I don't need this. Oh no, wait, open cannon is just the, what are we doing for that? So when so the open shield animation is like a sling out, and then you have the shield hold up. But we're not gonna sling out the laser cannon. We're just gonna pull his arm up, and then the cannon's gonna like morph and appear around him like an Iron Man suit. So he just needs to hold up. That's open cannon. And then closed cannon is just pull his hand down. So cannon hold out is what we need to trigger when we tap. So I can delete this. And I'm gonna go find our cannon open code. Right here. Set bool cannon open to true. I'm going to play that, but I'm not going to play cannon open. I'm going to play cannon hold out. Actually, I'm just going to change the name of it to cannon open because that makes more sense. So instead of cannon hold out, it's now cannon open. Have you watched The Nightmare Before Christmas? I think I've seen it once. I've honestly never been a fan of claymation style. The only claymation movie that I like is Chicken Run. But I generally don't like the claymation style and stop motion. Okay, so animator play, cannon open. We change the name here. Canon open. Oh, I gotta fix that spelling. Yeah, I've just never been a fan. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I just grew up the style of animation and stuff that I like is 3D. Not 3D. It's 3D, but it's more real time at like 60 FPS or 24 FPS. And because stop motion and claymation are they're choppy looking because they're low frame rate, and I just don't like that look. So it's not that it's claymation that I just don't like. It's the choppiness of the style. It's the low frame rate. I don't like low frame rate. That's what it is. Okay, tap Canon. No, it's still not working. Object reference not set an infinite object. What is it not set to? Did I fix the spelling? I did. Oh, I still don't have an animation on the Canon, and that is setting the wrong. That's not what I wanted to set. I wanted to set it on here. Animator set trigger open Canon. Oh, I know what it is. The trigger's wrong. Okay. So down here, so like for the open and the shield, we have open shield trigger. So down here, I need to change it from Canon hold to open Canon. Yep. And I don't need that anymore, so I can actually just delete that one. I don't need the speed thing because the open the Canon and close is always the same whether we're running or not. I believe. Let's see. No, it's not because I have different layers for that. Yeah, I have different layers. So up here too, I need to change this to open. Canon open. No, wait, not Canon open. Open Canon. And I can get rid of that one. Luxury, this is C#. Unity Game Engine uses C#. And this guy, I can. Canon release. I'll figure out the Canon release in a little bit. I'm just trying to get it to open up at this point. Unity Goat. I wish I'm not. Why do you like claymation, Scruffy? Or do you just like Nightmare Before Christmas? Boom, there we go. Look at that. We tap it, and he goes into holdout mode. The laser's completely messed up, but at least he goes into the stance. He needs to only do that for his left arm, not the whole body. Well, maybe not. I need to figure out that laser thing. my PC freaking out? Okay, that works. Well, no, it doesn't. Partially works. Cannon and then staff. Okay, is it including the laser as the renderers? I think it is. Is it including the cannon in the renderers? That's my question. Let's see here. Weapon. Switch to debug. Weapon. Renderers. Yes, it is. Okay. And we don't want to turn those off and on. Well, yeah, we don't because I'm controlling that elsewhere. We want to only get, so if I turn that off, yeah, it's good. We want to only get mesh renderers. So let me change that code. In the weapon, let's see, on awake, for each mesh renderer. MR in game mesh renderer. Mesh renders, add MR. Mesh renders. Actually, I'll just leave it as renders. Just have to change that. Actually, I'll leave it named as renders. Okay, and then down here, do this. Okay, that should work to not collect the laser. How's everyone doing today? Hey, why did you bring that oh, Nightmare Before Christmas? Is that a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? Boop, beautiful. Okay, it doesn't actually turn cannon on. Or the laser. Cannon appears on, gets into cannon stance, but doesn't shoot yet, because then you've got to tap after that to shoot the cannon. Beautiful. Staff gets out of that, but it's not turning off the cannon. I know why, because in here we need to shield. Closed staff have already opened. Open shield only if closed is for shield. So closed staff, we also need to close the, oh no, we don't. Yeah, we do. If you have the cannon out and you want to use your staff, that has to be the trigger that the cannon gets put away in. So yeah, let's turn it off. Close cannon if already open. If cannon on, interrupt attack, boop, cannon false. Perfect. Also need to do that in the staff as well. Staff. Close shield as well as close cannon if already open. If cannon on, or attack cannon. Beautiful. Okay. That should help us out. Era, thanks. What's up? How's it going? Era, do you do game dev? For apps or coding at all? Okay, cannon pulls. Let me make this bigger. Okay, cannon. Turns on and pulls out. Staff. Beautiful. Turns off. Ooh, after a delay. Well, that's because we still got to add the dissolve animation in. But at least we're working good. Cannon. Beautiful. Staff. Nice. And it works with the staff still out. We don't have to put the staff away when we switch to cannon mode. Beautiful. Shield. We turn the shield. Take the shield out. Cannon. Beautiful. But we're getting stuck. We are getting stuck because pulling out the cannon is turning attacking to on, but it should not. It should only turn attacking on when we're actually shooting a cannon. So close staff, shield, open up. Cannon. Okay, so we open the cannon only if closed. So open up the cannon. This is the first tab. Open cannon. Cannon is true. And that. Yes. If cannon is already open and we're grounded and we're not attacking, shooting cannon equals true. Attacking equals true. Yes, I need to see what triggers are being set when I do that. Attacking, okay. Cannon, boop. Okay, we're not in attack mode, so we can then start running again. Boop. It's setting attacking. And cannon is getting stuck in here. Yeah, we don't need that. That's wrong. This needs to be off. Speed is less. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Oops. Okay. Open cannon. Speed is greater than 0.1. And in here, we open cannon. Speed is less than 0.1. Yep, correct. And then after the cannon is open, we only pull it back in if we release. Yep. Or if speed is greater than 3, yes. Yes, okay, that should all be good. Okay, cannon. Let's check if we're going into attack mode correctly. Cannon, boop. And then now we're attacking because it's the second tap. Yep, tap. Staff, we can get out of it. Perfect. Cannon hold, staff, yep. Beautiful. Same thing for shield. Beautiful. Shield. Beautiful. Okay, everything is working correctly. But on the second tap, we need to do the laser burst. I want to animate, write a 3D character for TikTok vids. How or where would I do that? I want to animate. What do you mean by write? By the way, thanks for joining the stream, Shane. Appreciate you being here. To animate, write. What do you mean write? Like write the code for it? Laser on, update, laser. Yeah, Shane, could you just explain that a little more so I know exactly how to answer your question? Kai, what's up? Okay, cannon hold. If cannon is already open and we're not attacking, hold the cannon up first always. So I actually need all of this. Cannon release. Turn off. Yeah, I need. I'm blanking. We need all this cannon hold code that I have to happen on the second tap of cannon. We need to shoot laser burst. So I'm going to change this to cannon burst. We're going to call it. So where were we calling this from? We were calling it from hold. The hold button. But the hold button needs to do the charge up blast now, not the pew pew laser. So if I hold it down, it should work. Not the way we want it to, but let's see what happens if I hold this button down. Tap. Yep, there it is. So if we tap once, it gets into stance correctly, but then holding down that does that. Holding down is almost there. We're getting some glitches though. But I want to tap once to shoot a laser burst. So I'm just going to duplicate this code for now and call this one cannon burst. we're going to call Cannon Burst. No, wait. No. Not in here. In weapon. No, wait. No, that was right. Call it Cannon Burst. And we're going to call Cannon Burst right here. Boop. But we only want to shoot a short burst. We don't want it to hold down. Well, we'll see what happens. If grounded, if we're not attacking. Holding cannon, we don't need that anymore. There it is. TikTok Live Studio did it again. I have the software open up on a monitor, but it still said, it just came up with a pop-up and said, we noticed inactivity on your TikTok Live Studio. Are you here anymore? And it started to want to close the software, but I told it not to. Shane says, I want to animate Rig. Got it. I want to animate Rig a 3D character for TikTok vids. How or where would I do that? Do you have any 3D experience at all? So I would recommend, first off, if you want to do that, download Blender. Blender is a free 3D software, but don't let the free trip you up because it's amazing. I've been using Blender as my primary 3D software package for 19 years. I've used it on movies, commercials, TV shows, and Blender's used all across the world in really large productions, so don't let the free trip you up. Download Blender, it's free. Open it up, play around inside it, watch some tutorials online. You could watch Blender Guru, you could watch Gleb Alexandrov. There's hundreds of thousands of Blender tutorials out there. So do that, play around, learn the software a bit, and then after that, come talk to me. And if you want, and when I say come talk to me, I mean like literally join the Discord. We have let me pull up the Discord. We have can you see this? No, you can't. In our Discord, we have a creating section, and there's a VTubing, game dev, video editing, coding, animation. Join the Discord, get the creating role, and post your stuff there, post your progress, ask questions. I'll continue to answer your questions there. I'm super active on the Discord. So I've given you the first step, and I've given you a follow-up tool, the Discord. So now it's on you. Anoxic, I thought Vector 3 was for chords only, or is that just a Lua thing? For chords only. No, Vector 3 is for transforms. So let me show you this. So geometry. All of these are Vector 3s. Can you see that? Yep. So in this transform, the position, the rotation, the scale, those are all Vector 3s. Now rotations can also be Eulers as well and quaternions, but you can use Vector 3s in all of this stuff. In all these transform properties. Okay, so what did we just do? We added the cannon burst. Let's see, turn extra breathing later. Yeah, that's fine. Animator set trigger cannon hold. I don't think we have that anymore. Don't think I'm using cannon hold anymore. Cannon. Yeah, we don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that cannon hold. Actually, wait, hold on. When we hold the cannon button down, it's gonna do a charge up animation. I'm gonna keep that trigger around. We just don't need it right now. Okay, let's try this. See what it looks like. Okay, because I use vector 3 for coordinates on 5M and it's all Lua based like Roblox. What is 5M? Oop. Tap, 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 tap. Nothing working. Cannon tap. If grounded and not attacking. Cannon burst. If not attacking. Oh, I need to set this to false because that's throwing it off. Oh, GTA Online. Got it. I got it. GTA 5 roleplay, but modded. What does 5M stand for? Okay, cannon out. There we go. It's shooting it now when I tap it. But it only needs to shoot a short burst. So what we need to do is, on this cannon burst, it needs to stop it after a short time. Yeah. So I need to turn this into a coroutine. Cannon burst. Let's see. Private enumerator cannon burst. Then here, start coroutine cannon burst. Okay, boop boop boop. Attacking. Enable laser and then yield return new. Wait for seconds. We'll try it. We'll start off with a 1 second laser burst. And then, yep, I'm gonna label that duration of the laser burst. And then turn laser. Nope. Disable cannon laser. Boop. Awesome. That should work. If throwing shield, yield, turn. Is it yield break? Yes, yield break. Okay. Beautiful. Stands for nothing, just the name. It's a third-party client. Okay, got it. So you make the mods or you use other people's mods? Anoxic. It's working, but 1 second is way too long. If I hold it down, it's holding perfect. Beautiful. We're getting there. Because the laser burst needs to be super quick. Like 0.1, a tenth of a second. Let's see what that looks like. Guys, if you've not already done so, please be sure to share and like the live. And I'm currently live on Red, Purple, and TikTok, and we have a Discord, so follow all the places. There we go. That looks sick. Every time you tap, it shoots just a doof, doof, doof. That's messed up though. Doof, doof, doof. Can I run and shoot? No, I can't. Cannot do that. Well, I can, but the arm is stuck down here. Cool. And you can obviously we need to have a cooldown timer for this, but man, sound effects are gonna be super cool. I want to make the laser so that it like, instead of just having the line enabled like on off, like all the way across, on off, on off, on off, what I want it to do is start from point A and travel to point B so that the line is like not so long the whole time. Does that make sense? You can just make your mods like people make little scripts combine. Yes, they want to make data sheets. They make chains that you can wear, and people make cars like Jeeps and all you can do. That's cool. You should show me something that you've made over on the Discord. Man, I'm hungry. It's only 12. I usually eat lunch around 1:30, but it's 12 and I'm so hungry right now. Okay, so what is the next step? Get the creating role. So when you join the Discord, go to the channels and roles channel, and you can choose what roles you want based on what you're interested in. So get the creating role, and then once you're there, we don't have a channel for modding. Whoa. I'd say post it in game dev, either game dev or coding. One of those two. Game dev or coding. Okay, cannon. Perfect, 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 perfect. Minus the feet. Pew, 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 pew. Come away from that. It's stuck on cannon hold. Why is it stuck on cannon hold? Animator set trigger cannon hold. We don't need that anymore. That's not where it's being set. Cannon burst is being set in cannon burst. We're not holding on a cannon burst. So that needs to be off. And holding cannon, we don't also need to worry about that. That should help us out. If we're running, start cannon shoulder override. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Little Pixie 314, what's up? It's funny you mentioned lunch because I just made you some. What? Thank you so much, guys. Little Pixie 314. That is my beautiful wife. Are you guys watching my stream? What did you make me? It's so sweet. Do 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 do. Ooh, chili. Yes. Okay, he's holding his cannon arm up, but it's not holding it up correctly. He's like running with it pointing off this way. Do do. Do. Beautiful. Something's off though with the layering. I don't think it's triggering the... Whoa. Okay, so it's requiring cannon hold to do that. Whoa, this is so janky. It's okay, we'll get there. The chains are fun. You make them in Blender and put it in 3ds Max to get it in the game. You have to put it in 3ds Max to get it in the game? That doesn't make sense. Why do you have to do that? I'm loving this new cannon system. It's still janky and it needs work, but I really like the mechanics of it. You tap once to open up and get into position, and then you tap again to do burst shots. And you can hold it down, and eventually that hold down will be like a giant charge up blast. We're getting some issues with when you release. Actually, for now, I'm just going to turn off the hold and on the button so that I can't even do it. Cannon burst. Delete and delete. Yep. Just want to make sure the bursting is working first. Black Powder, yes I am. I'm live on 3 different platforms, on TikTok, Purple, and YT, Red. Do. Holding does nothing. Do. And we run and we're good. But something is off. I can't do the tap. Oh, we're getting stuck down here. Cannon release is getting stuck. It still thinks we're in attack mode. No, not attack mode. Let's see. Let's go to character controller. Let's see. It still thinks we're shooting cannon, but we're not. So I need to go shooting cannon. Shooting cannon, setting true to there. And then we're never setting it false again, that's why. But we're not using it, so it's not doing anything. Yeah, so it's not doing anything because we're not checking it. You posting game dev? Awesome. Cool. I need to start streaming to vertical on YouTube as well, especially since I now have that working on Stream Focus. I've completely revamped the YouTube implementation. I haven't pushed the update yet. I'm gonna do that soon, but yeah. It works beautifully. What? Dude, Black Powder, thank you so much. That's awesome. Yes, I made Stream Focus. And I'm still making it. It's always a work in progress. Dude, thank you so much, Black Powder. That is so kind of you. Look at that. Shows up in Stream Focus beautifully. Black Powder became a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, dude. That means a lot. You have no idea how much that means. Really, really appreciate it. Stream Focus is dope, brother. Thank you so much, Black Powder. Do you use it? Are you one of our users? Our users. Whenever I talk about Stream Focus, I always say our or we, like I'm some big company, but it's just me. It just feels weird to say me or my. It sounds too possessive. Like if I say, check out my app versus check out our app. No, that sounds fine. It's when you say like, I don't know. I can't think of an example, but there's just some instances where it feels weird to say I or my. No, but want to. I've not downloaded because I don't stream much anymore. But oh, okay, gotcha. You deserve to say it. Oh, you're too kind. Still though, it just doesn't. I don't know. Like it sounds fine in some instances, but there are some instances where it doesn't sound okay. Not that it sounds prideful, but it just sounds. I don't know. It sounds weird for some reason. I can't explain it. I gotta think of an example. I'll think of an example in a second. Like here's an example. Check out our latest release. Like that sounds better than saying check out my latest release. Or maybe we could do like check out check out the latest release. I don't know. Right now you StreamerBot? Yep. StreamerBot is an option. StreamerBot has there's so many streamers. I use StreamerBot for some stuff. For stuff, even for like this, StreamerBot is so complex and complicated. It's meant to be. It's supposed to be. That's exactly what it was built to be, because you can do everything with StreamerBot. There's so many streamers, myself included. When it comes to chat, I just want it to be simple and focused. I just want to launch the app and it just show all my chat from all platforms and be simple and focused. StreamerBot is not that way. StreamerBot is very powerful, can do a lot of stuff. It can even do a lot of the stuff, most of the stuff that StreamFocus can do. Not all of it. But it's very complicated to set up. You got stuff everywhere. It's not clean and focused and simple, and so that's why I created StreamFocus. Yeah, I do use StreamerBot for other things. I just don't use it for chat. Like what I use it for that's really helpful, I use StreamerBot for changing my voice filters in Wavelink. So whenever a chat trigger comes into my Unity game engine setup for my Pixelfire VTuber setup, my Pixelfire VTuber setup will detect a chat trigger like Vader, and then that will send a message to StreamerBot, and StreamerBot will send a message to Wavelink to change my voice filters to turn on the deep voice. You can see it right here. Turn on these voice filters. I've got a Darth Vader filter, Mando filter, and a helmet filter. So that's one thing I use StreamerBot for. That's super helpful. Yeah, StreamerBot is a lot for new creators for sure. Or even just streamers that just they don't want all the complexity. They just want a multi-chat app. Yes, I do still do the Lego characters. I did one last week, I think. Okay, so what were we doing? I lost my train of thought. Start coding, cannon burst, face enemy. Yep, cannon burst. If we're not attacking. Do you collab? What do you mean by that? Okay, that's working properly. Then it doesn't go back up. It's not playing the animation in the base layer. It's not playing open cannon. Because we're in a, because cannon is already open. Cannon open is already true. So I need to set cannon open to false. In weapon. Boom, here it is, okay. Okay, so cannon animation. We're not calling the cannon animation. Close cannon, 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 false. Yep, that's for staff. For shield, cannon, cannon, false. Yep. For cannon, open cannon. We're not closing cannon ever. Do we have that in shield? Open shield. Yep. Close shield. Where is it getting stuck? Are we calling cannon release anywhere? Cannon hold. That's when I followed you, as when you made your blue Lego character. Is cool. Oh, that's awesome. You've been following for a while. I did that like a year and a half ago. That's awesome. This is a game you're going to release on iPhone? Yes. So this is a game for a client of mine. It will be released on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. No, that's wrong. The cannon button spelt wrong. It has one in. Yes. No. It is spelled wrong. I'll go ahead and fix that right now. I've been updating it in my scripts after I figured out it was spelled wrong. I'll go ahead and update that now. It doesn't really matter because by the time I finish with the UI, I'm going to be using images here, like icons on the buttons instead of words. So it'll be like a picture of a cannon, like a cannon icon instead of the word. So it doesn't quite matter, but I'll go ahead and change it there too. But yeah, now it is losing space. Powder, I'm extremely new to coding and game development. I streamed myself learning it all, but took a step back for a little. I didn't know if you collaborate with people on projects or stream with other creators right now. I just play games and IRL stuff, but wanted to get back into dev work. I've never done a collab with, I've never done an IRL collab or game dev collab. A long time ago, long time ago, like when I first started Pixelfire. I did some collabs with a streamer named Truey. We just did some Mario Kart racing together. And I did collabs, if you could call it that, with my friend Shamrock, who used to stream a lot too. He and I used to stream together. He's the one that got me into streaming. But he doesn't really stream anymore, unfortunately. But we did stuff together on stream. I wouldn't call it a collab because we were just gaming together. But yeah, I've never really done collab stuff. Yeah, this is just a placeholder till the final. Ugh, stop that. Okay, cannon. Boop, boop. If cannon is open and we start running, I need the cannon to stay up. So what's happening in this layer when I do that? Oh, okay, right here. Speed is greater than 3, so we exit out of it. I don't want to do that. Anyway, I do want to do that because I want to use a different open. I want to use this open right here. So this needs to be... if speed is greater, but canon open is true. So add a new one. That should work. Make sure I use the same settings for the transition. Okay, let's try that out. Yes, there we go. Beautiful. Oh wait, we gotta try running. Ah. What is happening to the arm? What the frick? He's holding his... Okay, I know exactly why it's happening. Because we're not holding it, I changed the system from holding to just tap to open. So what I need to do is over... Canon hold. Oh, where is it? Canon hold. I think it's up in here. Open Canon. This looks really cool. I've always wanted to do this, but I want to make cool user interfaces for fun. Yeah, that's always fun. It's been fun making the user interface for StreamFocus. I want to make a mod menu that's for my PC that like you can open with a keybind and tell it to open Google and stuff. I mean, that kind of already exists with the Stream Deck. You can, if you don't have a Stream Deck, you can get a virtual Stream Deck and it can exist on your computer. Let me show you. Here it is, virtual Stream Deck. You can't see it very well. There we go. It's a virtual Stream Deck. You can have it anywhere on your desktop, and it can do anything pretty much. I don't use it because I have actual physical Stream Decks on my desk, but it's an option for sure. I'm running. Why is it doing that? It's not calling. It's not switching to this. If cannon open is true, it should switch to it. Cannon open is a bool. It's constantly triggering that. That's what's happening. Let me mute that for now. I should have kept the cannon hold. Wait, hold on. No, wait. Do this in code. I want to just try to make it not send to itself. And transition to self. No. Ooh, let's try that. Guys, I'm hungry. There we go. At least it's not doing it over and over and over again. But it's still not pointing forward correctly. Go back to this. I want to do it in code. Here we go, holding cannon equals true. There it is. We have to be holding the cannon for that shoulder stuff to work, and we're not setting it to true in this burst. So we need to say holding cannon in the cannon burst. No, not in the cannon burst. As soon as we open the cannon. Because we're automatically holding it the whole time. Okay, so cannon, open cannon only if closed. It doesn't matter whether we're shooting or holding it open. As soon as we open it, we should say we're holding it. Because before you actually hold the button and it changes it to holding it. Now because we're just tapping it to open it, we're gonna do holding cannon equals true. Yep. That'll do it. How do you get 3D models from games like Forza? You've got to scrape the models from the games. And you've got to, usually people will develop a scraper for specific games, and it's going to be a different scraper for every game because games store and call their models in different ways. It's also illegal. There's I'll give you that disclaimer. It's illegal. But that's how you do it. Still doing the crazy thing. Let me go look at the shield, what the shield is doing. Shield hold and shield continue hold after idle. That's what I need. So cannon. Open cannon while we're running, that should trigger it, but this one should actually just be this. Should be cannon continue hold after idle. Boom. That should do it. I'm gonna check the speed of that too. You hold as a 0.5. Okay. Beautiful. That should do it. Yes, there it is. Love it. Now he'll continue to hold his arm up when you run around. I don't like his arm stance, his right arm stance. I need to change that. Oh, he never puts his arm down now. Oh no. You hold it down to do a big charge blast. Now he just keeps his arm up all the time, even when he throws a shield. At least the cannon's turning off. We're just not playing the animation. We're not playing the animation because, let me try this real quick. Pull it out. Ooh, that's not working right. This is super. Whoa. There's another glitch. Look at that. So whenever you shoot the laser, when you shoot the cannon, it will track to the closest enemy that it's shooting at. If you're within like a certain angle, like if you're this direction, it's not going to automatically spin around. If you're within an angle, it will target towards that enemy. But if you like run at him and spam click, it'll constantly rotate towards him. Obviously, I need to work on that. Whoa, okay, we've gotten stuck. Okay, so we're not releasing. So this is not getting called. Cannon release is never getting called. Wait, right? I guess you never set the holding cannon to false if you click something else. It's this right here, cannon release, that we're not triggering. I think I'm gonna check it out right here. Why is it not showing up here? Am I not? Where is cannon? Okay, cannon. Here we go. So we've got cannon open down here in the animator. Yeah, we're not calling release at all, so it's stuck on cannon open. So we're not calling cannon release. when we do the other stuff. We were before, though. Cannon release. Oh, okay, we're not calling it in the staff and the shield stuff. So staff. Shield release. Okay, shield hold, shield release. So in cannon release, no. Shield release. I want to see what the logic is there. So at the beginning of shield hold, we reset the shield release trigger. And on shield release, but we only call shield release from a button with the shield. No. Yes. We call shield release from letting go of the hold button for the shield. We're not using that system. We're not using that mechanic for the cannon. The cannon should only release if you switch to another weapon. So we need to call cannon release. Let's call cannon release. I think I have that method already. Cannon release, yes. If holding cannon, cannon release. Holding cannon is false, attacking is false. This we won't need. Yes, we need all this stuff. We don't need this because we're disabling, we're doing it by firing. So I'm gonna turn that off. So we need to call cannon release, not from the button like we do from the shield, but we need to call it from the staff and the shield and the punch. So staff and shield. Close cannon if already open. Cannon release. Boop. And then same thing up in staff. Cannon release, and then same thing in punch as well. I actually don't think I set this in punch either. This whole part. Close cannon if already open. So I need to go to punch. I really should just search for punch. There we go. Close staff if already open. Close shield if already open. Yep, and close. Glad I called that close cannon if already open. Beautiful. That should work splendidly. Really curious, how long have you been creating games? For like 5-ish years. Well, I take that back. Back when Blender had a game engine inside of it, I played around with making some games back then. Gosh, this was like 15 years ago that I was playing around with the Blender game engine. Those were the days. I made Tic-Tac-Toe. It fully worked. I made a game called Maze Craze. I need to pull these games out from my hard drives and actually show them on stream sometime. A game called Maze Craze. You're just a ball that rolls around inside a maze. What else? I think that was the only things I made in Blender game engine. Also made just like some test games in Unity years ago. Nothing legit though. Okay, cannon, boop. Run around, beautiful. Working splendidly. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Switch to staff. Beautiful, works awesome now. Punch, punch, punch. Pull cannon out, back to punch. Pull cannon out. Pull cannon. Oh, nope. We're stuck. Pull cannon out. Works. then punch, cannon's away, cannon again works, punch, cannon, and then cannon doesn't come out again. Awkward. Couldn't we add a timer so he just puts his arm down after 3 to 5 seconds from no input? I actually really like that idea. I really like that idea. That's a very good idea. Or we could just make it so that, like, boom, pulls it up, out. And then, yeah, I agree. I think we should do that. After a timer, it should go back to normal, for sure. Or if you just start running. I really like if you, like, pull your arm out and then you start running, that stays there. Or if you're running, boop. Okay, that's not working. It only switches if you're in attack mode, so I need to change that. Here, I believe. Oh no, I bet it's still running down here. If I run and then pull the cannon out, let's see. Run, pull cannon out. No. It's just not calling. It's not calling something that I have over here. Let's see. In late update I'm overriding the shoulder. Only when we're holding cannon. And I'm guessing it's not setting the holding cannon to true. You run and then press the button. Let's test that. Holding cannon. Right. Holding cannon's right here. So let's see if that turns to true. It does. But shooting cannon. Shooting cannon does nothing. Holding cannon. We set holding cannon to true. That would add input so he would keep his arm up. I'm not following. Hey, Charlie, what's up? How's it going? We're setting holding cannon to true every time I tap the button. Are we setting it false? Setting it false in cannon release. Are we calling cannon release when we start running? No, that wouldn't make sense. Running and holding cannon. It's using that correctly. I'm confused. It's not. setting holding cannon here, but it's not facing the arm straight until I let go and then do it. Running and holding cannon has to be true at the same time in late update. Oh, hold on. Is overriding cannon shoulder. Where are we setting that? Start cannon shoulder override. So we're only ever setting it to true in start cannon shoulder override. So where are we calling start cannon shoulder override? For references. Inside cannon burst. Inside cannon hold. Okay, I know what a problem is. Setting it to false. When we move. If we stop moving and we're still holding the cannon up. Trigger the idle cannon hold animation. We'll get to that in a second. We need to start the cannon shoulder override. Pretty sure right away when we open the cannon. Hey, thanks Black Powder. Thanks for joining the stream and thank you so much for that sub you did earlier. It really means a lot. No worries, Carlos. Let's see. On cannon burst, we start. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put a debug here so we know when it's running. And I can see where it's not running. I see an idle override, but what about when not idle? I'm about to check that out. Okay, so cannon, run, it started it, yep. And same thing again if I'm running and I click it. It's starting it twice. I need to show the value too. So confused. It works beautifully when you have the cannon already open and then you start running. But if you start running first and then you tap the cannon, it's not overriding the shoulder, because on first tap, our first tap, we are not setting override shoulder. We only need to set it if we open it while we're running. So what I need to do is open cannon only if closed. Yep. And when we open the cannon, if we are moving, where's our, just comment it out first. If we're moving and we open the cannon, start overriding shoulder. Look at that, boom. I love that autocomplete that's in Visual Studio now. If running, start cannon shoulder override true, target shoulder 0.3. Is that what we're using? I want to make sure we're using the exact same. Yeah, 0.3, 0.3. Okay, and then I shouldn't need to call it other places so many times. It was calling it in burst. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it was calling it in the burst code. And we don't need to do that. In the coroutine, sorry. In the coroutine, it's calling it right here. Oh, here's our code. I already had the code here. I just had it in the wrong place. I don't think we'll need this code here anymore. Let's see. Does the same problem happen with the shield and staff? No, it does not, because I have everything behaving a little differently. So the way I have this working is, for all three weapons, staff, shield, and cannon, you press the button once to sling it out. And then every tap or hold of the button after that does an attack. So I'll show you an example. So with the staff, you press it once, pulls it out, and then every staff hit after that does hits or combo hits. Punch is different because you don't pull anything out. Anytime you push one of these buttons, it will put away anything else you have out. So if I had the staff out and then I start punching, it puts the staff away. Okay? Same thing with the shield. You press the shield once, it pulls it out, and then you tap it once, you have that. But then we have this mechanic with the shield where if you hold the button down, it will do the shield hold. And then you start running and it continues to hold the shield. Works beautifully. You can let it go of it, start holding it again. Works great. The cannon is a little different because for cannon, I did have it this way before where you hold the cannon button down to hold it up and it starts shooting an infinite laser right away, and then you let go of the cannon button, it'll release it and bring your hand back down. But me and the client were talking, we don't like that mechanic. We want the cannon to pull out when you tap it the first time, just like the other weapons. So let's do that. Boop, tap once, pull it out. And then you can tap again and that will shoot short burst lasers. And then you can hold the cannon button down like, and it'll do a charge up blast like. So the hold mechanic of the button is a little different than the shield is. So let's see if this is working now that we've changed the code. It was you start running and then cannon. Yes, now the arm faces forward perfectly. Beautiful. And it's calling that override shield thing. Boop, boop, boop. Let's refresh again. So we're overriding the arm rotation. Boop, perfect. Then we start running and it stays there. So essentially, to handle this cannon mechanic, I just copy and pasted all of the shield code that I had, but it behaves a little differently than the shield hold in that shield hold only holds while you're holding the shield button. But for the laser cannon, the cannon hold needs to be happening the whole time after you've already opened it, because I want it to hold out continuously. So essentially the shield holds only if you're holding the button down, but cannon holds continuously while you have it open, essentially. And then you put it away, boop, works perfectly. Pull the shield out, pull the cannon back out, boop. Now here's a question. Obviously this is a question for the client, but I'm gonna ask you guys what you guys think. Same while running? Yep, so it works while running. So currently, the shield and the staff both come from the right hand. So if you pull one out, it puts away the other, if that makes sense. But for the cannon exists on the other hand. You pull it out. Why is it glitching there? Now it's not working? Staff out, cannon out. Staff out. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cannon tap is not working correctly when you have staff or shield already out. Makes sense. Okay, we can fix that. But the question is, should you be able to continue... Hold on. Oh yeah, you 100% should be able to have your shield out while you shoot laser. Yep. Oh, that's messed up. You hold down shield and then... It would be super cool. My client and I talked about this. It'd be super cool if you could hold your shield up and shoot your laser at the same time. But I don't know how you would do that on mobile. How would you do two buttons with one thumb on mobile at the same time? I don't see how it could work from a UX perspective. This is looking super cool. Obviously a few glitches. Guys, it's 1 o'clock. I'm super hungry. I need to go eat lunch. My wife made me lunch like an hour ago. I need to go eat lunch. So I'm gonna go eat lunch. We'll keep at it on this a little later. This will be similar to holding A while tapping B. Yes, still though, because then you couldn't run. I guess you couldn't run and then shield and laser at the same time. Yeah, I guess you could. So you're running with this thumb and you're holding down shield. If you wanted to move this thumb over to tap the laser, you could, but you would stop moving, which I guess is fine. We might could integrate something like that. I don't want to get into scope creep though. We've already gotten into way too much scope creep in this game. But anyways, guys, I need to go eat lunch. I had a blast. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on stream today. Thank you again, G Sky, for the heart me and Black Powder for the tier 1 sub over on Purple. Love you guys. Thank you so much. You're the best community ever, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks for those few viewers that we had today for hopping in. Carl, I will see you later. Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, have a good day, guys. Bye.